I am very excited, Dr. Kellis, to talk to you about the impact of communication on mental health in the workplace. And I know we're going to look at it from two different perspectives, both leadership and staff. But since your role with Next Level Urgent Care is emotional wellness coach, maybe you can start by explaining to me what is emotional wellness in the work environment?
Thank you for that, Kelly. So there's a mental health report that was published by the American Heart Association CEO Roundtable recently, beginning of the year. And they explain there, based on research, how much emotional wellness impacts the work output. So apparently, depression alone costs the American economy $210 billion a year, half of which is shouldered by the employers. So this was last year. I don't want to imagine, next year's results. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is just a glimpse. Not only that, but the what we call absenteeism and presenteeism, which means coming to work but not really being present, not really being focused because of emotional problems, really costs the employer a lot of money. And those companies who have built-in emotional wellness programs, they are saving, this is based on research, for each dollar they invest, $2 to $4 they're saving on these lost costs, okay? So this is just a picture of not only that, but their employees' time management skills have improved at least 40%. So this is all based on research. Based on our program, because we're also measuring our employees' distress scale, distress. So we measured it at the beginning of the year. That's when I started. And then we measured those who have taken advantage of the program. So basically taking coaching and counseling, and how many sessions they have taken. And now we have repeated it 2.5 months into COVID to see what our employees are doing. And so I can tell you, so it's really interesting. Those who have taken advantage of the program, their distress levels were at a certain place, and after they have taken the advantage of the program, their distress got much lower. And I'm happy to report that 2.5 months into COVID, it held. So they're able to manage their distress, okay?
And that's among healthcare providers within
Right.
the pandemic. So wow, what an intense example of the impact.
I know. And I'm really proud of this, of our employees, because they're making use of the program and it shows.
Seems that right now communications in the workplace and its effect on mental health has to deal with the pressures and the stresses that everyone's feeling, whether that's true in that work environment or at home or with other loved ones. So how do leaders create that safe place?
So certainly offering them the option of having an emotional wellness program or an access to a program or a mental health person would really help them greatly. But I have concerns about that in the sense that we're going through the process, we're still in it. So everyone is still in the fight or flight mode, okay? And that's kind of counterproductive to the reflective mode that we need to be in to really truly benefit from an emotional wellness program. So it's all about reflection and creating, looking at options, right? What are my true options here? Am I really stuck with this result? So it's, the whole thing is about shifting from a fight or flight response to a more responsive, to a more, accepting ambivalence kind of response, like good and bad things will come out of this and we will just have to surf this. So, providing access. The other thing is, I suggest, and this may come across as a little cold-hearted, but it's, do not attempt to rescue people. So underperformance cannot be justified by COVID, okay? People still do their jobs. They still need to earn money. So I am, if people are not performing well, they have to account for that too, the employees. And maybe pointing that out to the employee in a gentle way, in a human way.
Right.
in a persecutory way. But really, even from home, we have seen some great output, right? Work output. Sometimes I perform better at home than at the workplace because I have
Uh-huh.
less to worry about at
Right,
home.
right,
I mean, my kids are in the next room, so they're safe. That's what I know.
right.
So this kind of thing. And the other one is to keep on demonstrating emotional integrity, like not overreacting, but again, not pushing things down. Like if I'm accepting my vulnerability or my losses, my accountability, then you can as well. So this is a way to demonstrate. And
Mm-hmm.
then verbally acknowledging those who can do that so that it sets a precedence,
Mm-hmm.
and then not really punishing, but acknowledging those who are not doing it and inviting them to do so. I noticed that you're working very, very hard, and I'm wondering what else is going on there for you. It must not be easy, just a very gentle way. I think in general, a leader needs to be someone who's structured in their communication. So, don't be all over the place. Be structured. When you're saying something, be clear on what you're asking from the other person, the timeline, the quality of what you're requesting, the amount and the outcome. Be specific about the outcome you're requesting from that person. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and I
Consistency. Consistency.
correct.
Mhm.
I think it's really important because consistency and structure equates to safety.
Mm.
The safer we are, the safer we feel, the better we perform. That's a given. Okay? Human beings like that. So, one of the impossible tasks of the leaders um, is to provide a form of certainty in uncertain times, just like the captain of the ship. Yeah. So they have to um, arrive at calculated conclusions, by carefully analyzing the risks and base their decisions on whatever facts and vision they have. So that this creates a form of certainty for the employees. Uncertainty is the mother of all organizational dishevel, um, gossip, discomfort, myths, creating all sorts of issues. It's uncertainty. People are not mean or crazy when they are starting all sorts of gossip. It's their poor man's attempt at establishing certainty, if you like. I think it's important to create a language and sort of like this is how we do things in this company in general, so that people can feel that they belong to something. Yeah, whether it's a cause or it's something that is rewarded in the company or it's thanked for publicly. These are really important measures that bring people together, just like the way we celebrate those holidays, right? Or Veterans Day. I mean, why do we do those? Because it brings people together and it's a wonderful thing to do.
Right. Yeah. It sounds almost like how in a family, you'll say, our family does this. And it's kind of providing that structure as you've talked about and reflects back again too on the company culture.
Right. And its identity is really important. Like this is who I am. This is my identity. People start acting out when there is not enough structure, just like 2-year-olds.
Well, let's stop down now and we'll switch over in the next video to addressing staff. But in the meantime, we will also include some contact information. So if people are interested in hearing more about what you have to say about emotional wellness, they can find that on the Next Level Urgent Care website.
Thank you.